market, so testing out the new GoPro Hero 8 as well as my new Outbound lighting downhill package. So, not familiar with the downhill package and Outbound lighting. We're a pretty cool company run by a engineer whose background is in the automotive lighting business, and so he's brought a lot of technology and design principles from automotive lighting to his bicycle lights. So this is the kind of big gun package for 400 bucks, and it consists of essentially the mountain bike light and the road light, and as you can see, puts a lot of light out on the trail. It's enough light that I'm actually wearing slightly rose tinted glasses, bring up the contrast a little. I think they're like 75% light transmittal or something, and I feel completely comfortable with plenty of light to see. I've got these on high. I'll do a demo a little bit here so you can see different settings and see the lights on each, but really this gives you a lot of light. And while I've got them on high here, because I think it probably looks best on the video, when I'm actually riding, I often run these at like medium or even less, because they just put out so much light, and as your eyes adapt, you really they work really well. You get a nice wide field of light. There's no tunnel vision. You can see what's going on around you. Really nice. Obviously it's still not exactly like riding during the day, but honestly it's as close as I think you can realistically get with a lighting system. So the trail light basically doesn't throw too far. Not sure I'd be super comfortable riding with it on my own, at least not at higher speeds, but it gives you a nice wide kind of curtain of light, carpet of light, I guess. The road light still is a wider beam. It's definitely not a spotlight beam. I'm gonna adjust it up here just a little bit. Definitely not a spotlight beam, but it's got quite a bit of throw, and it's a little bit narrower than the trail light. And the two of these in combination work really, really well. The only downside, really, one I guess potentially is the price, but frankly 400 bucks for these two lights is, in my view, very reasonably priced for what you get, especially compared to the other lights out there on the market. I mean, there are plenty of single lights you can spend 400 bucks on. The run times on this run from, I think it's about 2.5 hours on high to some ridiculous amount of time when you've got it down on one of the lower settings, or the adaptive setting, which starts on high and then lowers it over time effectively. The only, so the price is one thing. One other thing that I'm not super crazy about is the fact that the road light, it's not the most compact light, and so it sticks up quite a bit on your helmet. Now they have a new all-in-one light that doesn't have a separate battery. Both of these lights have separate battery packs, so I've got for the trail light, oh, this is new. I haven't been through this section since they redid this. Should have hit this a little more speed, huh? Both of these use battery packs strapped to the top tube of your bike. So for the trail light, which I've got on the handlebars here, as you can probably see, I've got that strapped to the top tube. For the road light on my head, I've got bibs with jersey pockets in them. And so I've just got that sitting, a cord running down my back through a helmet vent so it stays out of my way. And the battery just sitting in a pocket. And that works really well. Very comfortable, kind of coated in, like, I got this like neoprene cover on them, so they work pretty well. So it sticks up a little bit higher than I would like it to. Although to be honest, like, it hasn't actually been much of a problem. I was really concerned about that at first. The riding with it, not a big issue. They do, however, have a new helmet specific light that's an all-in-one light called the Hangover. Doesn't give you quite as many lumens, doesn't give you quite as much battery throw. But it still seems like it's probably plenty bright, at least based off of my experience and just seeing some of the pictures and seeing what these lights can do at different brightness levels. The only downside is that internal battery pack isn't going to last quite as long, but apparently you can charge it up off of like a portable battery charger, so you could bring a little battery pack with you and keep it running for a long time, I suspect. And I think that light, much lower profile, meant to go on your helmet, a bit like the road. I think it's a little bit even tighter beam potentially than the road light. I'm not 100% certain. I may get one of those here at some point in the near future to check out as well. Because to be quite frank, like, very few of my rides, especially at night, last 2 hours. Usually, like most people with jobs and kids, you know, this is me going out before dinner, just for an opportunity to get out, blow off a little steam after work. And not just spend my entire day sitting around the office or in the house, or so for that kind of quick, you know, I'm just running out for an hour, 30 minutes, whatever. Seems like it'd be a really solid light for that. But these lights, so right now, got them running on high. And I'll give you kind of an idea here of what they look like once I come around this corner here, when they're in different brightness modes. So let's take a look at this. So see where you can get a little bit of throw, and you can kind of see the lights here. So this is, both lights are on high. I'm going to turn the road light off. So we're just taking a look. That's the trail light. So you can see very wide beam of light, but not a whole lot of throw. So like, you could ride on this light just fine if you really wanted to. It just doesn't quite light up everything like daylight, but man, it gives you such a wide field of view. I mean, I can see, I don't know if you can see it exactly with my hands, but like, you know, from this pile of brush over here all the way to this couple of trees over here on the right hand side. I mean, it's, I don't know, got to be 120 plus degrees. So pretty impressive in the amount of light that puts out. I'm going to turn that off, and I'm going to turn the road light on so then you can see. So there's the road light, and you can see it's the road light has a sharper cutoff on top. So I'll lean my head down a little so you can see that cutoff. Sharper cutoff there in the light, but quite a bit more throw, and it's not nearly as bright out to the sides, not as even in the carpet of light that it creates. But very similar to an auto, you know, late model car headlight, and with that sharp cutoff up top. And I really like it because you can kind of aim it up just enough to, when you're riding, you've got good kind of coverage over, you know, you want to be able to see the tree canopy up top like this, but still get good throw to really see what's out in front of you quite a ways. So I'll turn the trail light back on here, and then then you can see with both of these lights on, I mean, the amount of light that it's producing is just frankly incredible. So riding with both of these lights on high right now, I honestly don't know exactly how well it shows up in the video, but like, this is super comfortable to ride in. Plenty of visibility, plenty of light, really see what's going on. Ability to really look around, see through turns. And I don't feel like I've got any like blind spots or places coming up in front of me that I can't see well. It's just, you know, this solid wall of light out in front of me. You can run it in medium high, which I think gives you an extra 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes of battery life. honestly, I got it in high, so hopefully it shows up well in the video, but you can't really tell the difference in person. Point where I think the owner has said he's not going to put that medium high in the future because it's just so similar to high. And even at medium, which is honestly where I ride most of the time, still plenty of light, and you got hours and hours of capacity. I mean, even on high here, you got 2.5 hours off of these batteries. And there is an adaptive mode, which is nice. Starts out on high, and then over the course of some amount of time, I'm not sure, 15, 20, 30 minutes, something like that, it gradually lowers the light output, I believe down to about medium. So, you know, if you just show up at the trail, your eyes are still adjusted for seeing with a lot of light. That adaptive mode gives you that light up front and then drops the power down as your eyes adjust to the a little bit less light. But I love, compared to a lot of other lights, the width of the light that this puts out, because you get such good sense of where the trail's going and what's around you. A lot of times riding at night, you get like tunnel vision. You know, just you're in this tunnel of light and you don't have a whole lot of sense of exactly what's around you. And these are just so nice. With the breadth, the width of this light, and how even it is across all of that, that, you know, I can see so far off to either side that you don't get that tunnel feeling at all, which is really nice. That's new. I had a construction crew knock a tree down there, I think, the other week and mess up the trail a bit, so looks like they were out here and got that fixed. The one thing I will say, and this isn't really specific to this light, but night riding in general, if you're new to it, stick to trails that you've ridden during the day. Ideally trails that you know reasonably well. Because frankly, it doesn't matter how good the light is, they just look different at night. And it is way easier to lose your orientation of where you want to trail. So outside of a simple trail with no real ability to get off of it, you know, just straight single track, but a trail like this, it does a lot of crisscrossing, and if you're not super familiar with it, like, this is still really well marked. It's not like you're ever going to really get lost out here, but if it was your first time out here, especially some of the other trails around Austin in general, you'd be in for a rough time trying to navigate it at night by light for the first time. Hey, little guy. There you go. No, out of the way. There you go. So ideally, stick to either trails where you really can't turn off of them, something like a real simple, straightforward loop, or trails that you know really well. If you do that, you'll be absolutely fine. And it's great because you can go to some trails that honestly are pretty damn busy during the day. This is a Peddler's Pass up here in Cedar Park. Great trail, excellent beginner trail. I bring my 4-year-old out here on the weekends to, doesn't ride all of it yet, but there are plenty of sections out here that he likes to come and ride with me. I believe they have a GoFundMe. If you haven't, you should, and you like riding out here, you should contribute to it. Help them keep this trail up, and they do a really great job with it. Run a couple races out here each year. Not really my thing, but if it is, like, it's a great way to get involved. But you know, even a trail like this, it's pretty simple, beginner oriented. You know, it's still easy to get turned around. But man, you know, a trail like this gets a lot of traffic during the day. It's because it's a good beginner trail. You come out here at night, come out here to a lot of other trails at night, and you know, you might see one other group riding. It's just really nice to come out here and ride in the evenings. It's quiet. Weather's usually a little bit cooler, which is nice, especially here in Texas, where during the week it can get really hot. During the day it can get really hot. And yeah, so if you're looking for a new set of lights and you're looking for something that's kind of in that premium light range, you want to step up from beyond like the knockoff or the Chinese Amazon lights for 50 bucks, but you're maybe not sure about the full-on light motions or something else super expensive like that, this frankly is a really good option at a super high performance light. Honestly, the light performance itself I have zero complaints about, and you know, at a price that, while not cheap, is frankly I just think really good value for the money. You know, if you're willing to spend 400 bucks on a couple of lights, this is really hard to beat if you really want kind of the ultimate light setup. And the replacement batteries, uses GoPro mounts, the replacement batteries are cheap. There's a lot to like about this light.